Hi, guys, it's Mrs. Santiago here, and I wanted to help you with the notes from home. This video is going to give the notes for la media hora, half hours, y cuarto horas, quarter hours. So, yesterday we learned the face of the clock, the horario and minutero, the two hands of the clock, and we learned whole hours. Es la una. Son las dos, son las tres, son las cuatro, son las cinco, and so on, all the way up to son las doce. Well, of course, not all time is a whole hour. So let's take some notes together in your OneNote about what do we do if it's not a whole hour. So you can see where I'm at. I'm in chapter 1, the basics, page 25. So I'm going to get rid of the table of contents. You can see that there's a blank spot. That is where the video is going to go. And now let's go ahead and take some notes. So I'm going to make this big so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's talk about la media hora. Well, we do want to review that really important question, ¿qué hora es? And now you should know that that's asking what time is it? Okay, if you answer this question with a half hour answer, you say the same thing that you would for the whole hour, but then you're going to include two little words, y media. Well, think back to saying the numbers, 31, 45. The E means and. So, and think about mediodía, medianoche. Remember, we said that was halfway through the night. So this means half. And this is and a half. So looking at the clock that we're looking at, you can see that this is the number that we need to focus in on, and this is the minute hand. So first we have to say it is 10 o'clock. So we learned that yesterday. To say it is 10 o'clock, we're going to say son las 10. But when you look at the minute hand, you can see that it's down at the bottom, which would be 30. So 10:30 becomes son las 10:30. It's like you're saying it is 10 hours and a half of an hour. So son las 10:30. Now let's do 3:30 p.m. Okay, 3:30 p.m. So we've got to start by saying it is 3. To say it is 3, we're going to say son las 3. And then for the 30 minutes, we want to say and a half of an hour. Y media. Son las 3:30. Now, what does the PM mean? What time of day is that? We learned the times of days yesterday. Think about if you got to school at 3:30 in the afternoon, you would be really late, or really what we would say at school, tardy. So afternoon is de la tarde. And you add that in to signify a little bit more specifically what time it is. So again, half hours, y media. Say the time and then y media. Okay, good. Now let's go down to 15 minutos. Well, you know 15 means 15. So 15 minutes. When you ask the question ¿qué hora es? And the time on the clock is a quarter after the hour or 15 minutes past, you say the same thing you would for the whole hour, but then you're going to include two more little words. Instead of saying y media, you're going to say y cuarto. So y, we know, means and cuarto is what it looks like. It's a little bit of cuatro and not quite. And we've learned that cuarto means, so far we know that cuatro is 4, cuarto is 4th place, but it also can mean 1/4 of an hour or a quarter. So we're going to say and a quarter of an hour. And if we read the little pink box with the purple dashed line, it says, remember the ordinal number 4th was cuarto. Now it also means 1/4. Okay, 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour. Okay, so how do we say here what the time that's on this clock? We're going to start with saying it is 8 o'clock. So start with saying it is 8 o'clock. Son las 8. And now we want to say and 1/4. 8:15. It is 8 and 1/4. So son las 8:15. 8:15, which looks like this. Son las 8:15. Let's practice another one where it says it is 10:15. So we want to start by saying it is 10. So we're going to start with son las, and 10 o'clock is 10. Then we want to say and 1/4. Y cuarto. Son las 10:15. Okay. ¿Qué hora es la práctica? So these are some clocks for you to do practice on. Okay. So you have to do the practice on these. Before I start the practice, though, I wanted to just practice one more. Let's do 1:15. Okay, why? Because I want to remind you that when you're doing 1 o'clock, you have to change back from son las to es la. Then you're going to say una, y, and then your cuarto. Okay, just to make it a little bit easier for you, I want to make sure that you know that this one says, right, 12:15. Oops, let me erase that and fix it. Okay, 12:15. And then this one is 9:30. In case you have trouble reading the analog clock, 12:15 and 9:30. And then you have 5:15, 1:30, 7:15, and 11:30 as practices. Now, again, you have to write the whole thing out because, in fact, time is a sentence. Okay, if you have any questions about this, please let me know. After you complete this, you need to go back to Schoology and watch the last video.